Alright. What's up, everybody? We've got another WTL World Team League match between Maru and Astrea coming up. It's a best of two. For some reason, they don't have a picture for the second map, but this is going to be awesome because this man is representing Alpha Rex, and he is an absolute beast. He has only been eliminated from Premier Tournaments by the champion this entire year. That's Astrea in the top, recently making it to the finals of Home Story Cup. And his opponent in the bottom left side, Maru. Yeah, so for those who don't know, Astrea, even though he hasn't been dominating the NA regionals, Neeb actually did so well this year. So I think a lot of people are like, oh, Astrea's kind of hype train is not as amazing. You're wrong. He lost to Dark in what was... Yeah, Dark beat him 3-1 in the round of 16 of DreamHack Valencia, but Dark... He threw so many cheeses at Astrea, and Astrea kept looking like he was barely going to hold and win, and then Dark would always catch him off guard with like wave 6 of the most surprising cheese you've ever seen. Lost to Hero. He did get stomped by Hero, unfortunately, 3-0 in the round of 8 of Atlanta, but really, he's on the up and up, and he's a very strong player, and his PvT has always been... I mean, his style in general has always been unique, but especially his PvP, he's so creative with these little adjustments and how he plays it. And I feel like if there's anyone who could really study Maru and just rip him apart, it's going to be Astrea. He still comes in as a massive underdog, of course. No mincing words there. It's just like people are probably watching, oh, you had a 2% chance of winning. I would say it's more like 10%, maybe even 15, which is pretty good when you're playing Maru. And who knows, maybe Astrea will change our mind about that. This is a best of 2 match, of course. So they play 2 maps no matter what. And we are doing it on a live feed, so I don't get to control the camera. So apologies if things look a little bit weird when I'm talking about something on the mini-map happening or something like that. It is what it is. And don't forget, guys, to get your Chinese Hearthstone packs on the right side of the screen as my live Twitch chat's pointing out. What can I say, guys? Yes, I don't know what the ads are for. I don't know. It looks like NetEase, Overwatch stuff. I don't know. Looks like a whole bunch of Blizzard stuff. Anyways, adepts are being built. We've got the Warp Gate there. Twilight Council is starting up. So it's just going to be a Twilight opening. Astrea is the king of Blink into 2-gate Robo Stalker Colossus, where he defends with a handful of units off just 2 gateways. There's a Reaper inside the main harassing right now, and we're not watching it. This is what I was talking about. Please, why are we watching a factory right now? Who is observing this game? Oh my god. I don't think he killed anything. I'm trying to stare at the numbers at the bottom to see if the Reaper's killing anything, but I think the Observer has bugged out. Okay, the Observer just woke up. I don't know if his cat was jumping on his keyboard or what was going on. The Reaper has no kills, so it just harassed. It maybe forced a bit of mining time. It definitely saw the Twilight Council and that Blink is on the way, but wow, that was impressive. Maybe they had a little bit of hay fever, bit of sneeze attack. They normally do a really good job, so no hate on whoever's observing. Oh, Armory Widowmine drop, guys. So this is a 1-base Armory Widowmine drop. Maru is going to spam Widowmine drops at Astrea. This is a really hard build to deal with because, I mean, it's just so many Widowmines spamming their face at you. It's difficult to deal with. Reaper comes in. There is a shield battery in there, so he doesn't really need to do anything there. He can always just run probes that get focused by the Reaper away. Hellions in the middle of the map seem to be getting intercepted right now, but he's not catching it. There we go. Okay, Adept does get some good damage done on the Hellions. That's all right. I don't think losing that Adept is too bad. He could have got one more hit off, though, which was a little bit sloppy, but 2 Widowmines going towards the main. More Medevacs and Widowmines. And the Command Center is starting here just before 4 minutes. Maru is so committed to this, but so many players have died to it in the past. Even if you defend 1 or 2 waves, sometimes the 3rd or 4th wave gets the big boom. 3rd Nexus does start up. And here we go. Widowmine's in the main. Quick probe pull. And okay, nice. Oh, look at that Widowmine micro. Doesn't just let them fire on anything. Careful. Careful, Astrea. But one of the Widowmines does fire. Observer starts up. I don't know if that's the 1st or the 2nd Observer. He's got to be careful. One of those Stalkers is going to go down. It's unfortunate losing a Stalker in the main base and already the 2nd Widowmine drop coming. Every Stalker is important because they are what puts a timer on these Medevacs hanging around. So you can see there, 3 Stalkers in the main. Oh god, where's the Observer? Oh no, I don't know how Astrea is going to survive these Widowmines. Okay, he gets that one just before it fires. He should be able to kill this one as well. But these probes are all stacked. They're all stacked. Oh, no. Oh, my lord. This is so scary for him. The Widowmines are getting picked up and saved. He did manage to save most of these probes. And, oh, the medevac almost goes down. Probes might just want to fight that Widow Mine. Oh god, Maru being a bit of a beast there. Oh, luckily it hasn't fired. Oh, good blink to dodge the Widow Mine on that right side. Observer coming in. If one of these observers had been blown up, it would be a huge issue, but Astrea somehow avoiding catastrophic damage. And remember, he started a third Nexus at the start of this, which is massive because it means he can hold that probe key down and really explode economically. A Hellbat drop follow-up. That's very cute because that does so much damage. The shield battery will run out of juice very quickly. This is a really great way to follow this up. Might open up. Oh, the Widow Mine drops in the natural. Oh, but it gets shot down. 2 Widow Mines do get in there. But here we go. At the same time, he's going to focus the battery down in the main base. Astrea has been on point, though. This is so multitasking heavy, this situation. And yet he's doing it just right. Only loses 2 probes. He's up 19 workers. And he's got a Robo Bay on the way. He's still probing up. He's got an observer there watching. And it seems like the aggression is done without getting the catastrophic damage that Maru really wanted. He's down at 32 SCVs. Did he do good damage? Yeah, probably about, I don't know, 12 workers in total. Lots and lots of mining time. But when you don't start your command center until 4 minutes, you got to realize how committed this is. And this is the big thing a lot of people struggle with. They lose to this build once and they just go ranting and raging online about how overpowered Widow Mines are, how impossible it is to stop. You got to put yourself in Maru's perspective and realize that he just dropped like 12 Widow Mines, 2 Hellbats, waves of crazy aggression, killed a fair number of probes in mining time, and he is so far behind. It's massive commitment. And this is the thing. I always feel like StarCraft makes you angrier when you don't understand what's happening to you. You're like, well, you could just throw Widow Mines at me and then just expand and be fine in a macro game. So for context, normally the Terran would have Stim, Shields, +1, and Medivacs out in decent number at this point. Instead, those barracks upgrades are just finishing. That army count is just growing, and a 3rd command center is nowhere in sight behind this. Astrea, on the other hand, has got 5 gateways exploding, charge, +1 Colossus. He is in a fantastic situation. The one really scary thing is the Raven. I feel like the Raven, if it can interference matrix the Colossus, that could be a game-winning move for Maru. I'd like to see Maru try and sneak it across the map if he can, because if you can flank with that Raven and get surprise matrices off from a weird angle, it has a much higher chance of getting really big success. Tank sieging forward. Astrea's looking pretty calm. I like his map vision. If you look at the minimap, there's little blue specks spreading all over the map. Yeah, this is looking real nice. He's just got to make sure he's got to intercept this army and slow it down. Because if it gets a really good siege position, he doesn't have a lot of zealots yet. He needs another minute to warp in 2 or 3 rounds of zealots. Oh, good pullback on that. Saves a zealot. Oh, he's going after the Raven. Force fields are good, but oh, interference matrix comes down. He's got to run away. He takes a tank volley. He loses 2 stalkers. But look at the way he's just maintaining position. And he even moves right back in. He wants to land some big Colossus swipes if he can. The stalkers are so active, forcing another scan out of Maru. He'd like to get rid of the Raven, but it doesn't even really matter anymore because he's wasted all of its energy. The bio is a little bruised, but the tanks are now going to get in a pretty good position. He's going to try and blink forward, but oh, that costs him 3 stalkers. It looks like he did get the Raven, but 3 stalkers going down is rough. A lot of zealots and Colossus. Oh, he catches the tanks on siege, though, which is pretty nice. A lot of the zealots on the bottom kind of got stuck behind each other, though, and an awkward pullback for Astrea. Oh, I don't know, man. I feel like these last few fights have just lacked a little something. No Immortal in here to help kill the tanks. He's going to lose his 4th base. Great moves by Maru. But Maru's all in on 2 base. Maru needs more than this. And I think actually the patience from Astrea is pretty good. Now that I think about it, I was like, dude, why aren't you just clearing this out? You're so ahead. Oh, he gets a few of those bio units. Does take a Widow Mine hit on the Disruptor, but it doesn't go down. We can't let Maru up that ramp. Oh god, Maru's going to get up the ramp. Maru's going to move up the ramp. You got to be careful, Astrea. Oh no, he loses the Disruptor. Okay, he's going to try and fight with some Zealots, but oh man, the Widow Mines do take out most of those Zealots. The tanks are still there. Oh, it feels like he's running in and out a little bit too much, but it does bait Stims out every time, and Zealots don't take that much siege tank damage. Colossus coming in. Is it enough Zealots? Looks like he'll clear up the units inside the base. The tanks are going to fall as well. Astrea barely hanging on. 2 Colossus, a Warp Prism. Pack of Zealots are still alive. He's got Disruptors and Stalkers building, and he's still up 17 workers. To make this fight as close as it was, Maru had to commit a crazy amount. This was not cheap at all. The Observer's going to come back. He's going to clean up those Widow Mines, but that means the drop can sneak past. He's going to try and send a Widow Mine into the 3rd and a drop north at the same time. Maru being a bit tricky here, but he's still all in on 2 base. And that versus Colossus is not a good spot to be in, because Colossus is the #1 sustained defensive power unit in the game. Astrea moving out of position there. Stalker's in the bottom, distracted by that, but oh, Disruptor drop comes in, or Disruptor shot, I should say. And he gets rid of one of the medevacs in the main base. Looks like the Widowmine drop on the third. Had to pull back from Maru. He'll queue that up to go back in later. And indeed, another medevac goes down up there in the main base. Maru is bleeding out units. He's behind 30 supply. He starts a third command center, but if you look at his face, that's the closest to absolute stress and realization of despair that Maru's ever shown on his face. It's, you know, for most of us, it's a very slight concern. For Maru, that's, oh god, I'm dead, aren't I? He's feeling like he's in a very bad position in this first game. And remember, this is part of the beauty of the best of 2 format, is if he loses this game, he cannot win the series. He can draw the series 1-1, but it's a best of 2. So for Astrea to win even one map would already be a pretty good victory for his team, saying, hey dude, you won one Maru, like he's their ace on Onside Gaming. That would be great for Alpha Rex and give his teammates a good chance to try and capitalize on that. Players like Zaun and the like. Okay, that army moving down the right side. Okay, Stalker's moving in. Stalker, Zealot, Colossus, Disruptor, Archon moving forward. Command Center gets cancelled. Maru's going to go for a little bit of a tradey of the basey, but Astrea says, that's fine. We can do that all day. I will push in and just base trade with you. Maybe considered recalling for a moment there, but it was too late to do it. Maru's going to just try and force a messy situation. Maybe bleed out some of these units. Maybe Astrea makes some mistakes in the midst of it. Gets in there. A lot of probes clumped up on that natural from the main, the third base. They're going to pull up to the main. Astrea will get rid of the command center. I don't think he has a DT shrine. Often the win condition in this scenario is shooting down the orbitals and using DTs, but in this situation, I don't think so. And oh, okay, all of Astrea's production's gone, not to mention his supply block, but the thing is, I don't think Maru's getting enough of a good trade on top of his ramp. If he had some more tanks or Widow Mines, maybe. As it is, though. That there is Max Angel. You can see the tension in his shoulders. He's like, okay, oh my god, I took a map off Maru. Stay calm, stay calm. We're doing it, bro. All right, let's go into game number 2, and it's a bit of a cramped map. This man's going to have a special plan for this one. It's Astrea in the bottom left of Waterfall, repping Alpha Rex. Representing Onside Gaming, on the other hand, on the top right of the map, we do have, of course, Onside Gaming's Maru. Now, if we look at the team score at the top, it looks like it's 4-1 already for Onside Gaming versus Alpha Rex. I don't usually talk about the context of these matches because we just kind of grab the highlight series out of them and individual maps as well. But yeah, it looks like, I guess this is probably the final map where Onside's already smashed them. I thought it was only 3 matches usually. Oh, I guess it's individual map scores. So I think that was the first map that anyone's won. I think the other 2 must have been 2-0s because normally it's 3 best of 2s. Oh, right. So if Astrea wins this match, it'll still be 2-4, but every point matters, of course, for the overall season standings. Onside Gaming, I mean, it's Neeb, Maru, Solar, a couple of other guys like Rex as well, regularly playing in the league. It's a very tough team. Now, Maru's going to go for a kind of hidden barracks on the left side of the map. You can see both players kind of adjusting in their chair. Maru doesn't look too happy. He's talking to himself a little bit. He actually looks a little bit stressed. Now, of course, for those who don't know the Korean culture, something that I've inferred from watching 10, 12 years of StarCraft 2, there is no shame greater for a Korean man than losing a StarCraft game to an American. In their mind, Americans, ooh, Call of Duty, me shoot gun with controller, you know, for the best Terran in the world, you know. Losing to an American, oh, he will. If he loses 2-0, Maru will get ejected from Korean society. He has a big smile on his face as his barracks get scouted by the probe. That's interesting. That's a bit of a funny reaction. Probe comes in. It's like, cool, free kill there with the Reaper, no worries. And he's going to go for the command center. So this was a 2 racks Reaper opening. And Maru, I guess, is like, god damn, your preparation is good, right? I thought it was only single barracks, but it's actually double barracks. So yeah, so Maru was trying to sneak the 2 racks Reaper opening by him. Now let's check if Astrea's opening is good. If I was observing, I'd be checking the chrono on the gateways. Instead, I'm staring at the production tab. And he's a bit of a delay on the 3rd Adept. He's going Stargate as well. I think if you can get an Oracle out, it's a pretty decent way to play from here. But I think you have to play Oracle Charge Phoenix on this map. I don't think you can play Blink because there's not enough room after Stargate to go into Blink play to make that work. Okay, Adept does get a hit on the Reaper. It looks like Maru completely backed out of this. I think he said, hey, you're going to build extra defense, extra battery, extra gateway units. So he didn't even bother with the third adept. He just went straight reactor there. He said, okay, the aggression's been scouted. No point doubling down. I'll just see what I can do with the 2 Reapers, float it home, and essentially we're playing a 2-1-1 opening. The battery's fine. He sees that there's an Oracle on the way. Yeah, so if Astrea plays Blink, I think Maru just bops him with a 2-base timing. And the thing is, Maru doesn't even need to commit hard to a 2-base timing. If he just plays a pretty standard, like, you know, 3 barracks, 1 engineering bay, 1 factory on starport, makes stim, +1, medevacs, moves across while taking a 3rd base, that's so hard to stop on this map in general that you almost want to double down on your over-preparation as Astrea and just look to overwhelm with, like, mass charge Phoenix. Oh, he just moved out. He moved right past the Reapers, guys. He just moved right past the Reapers. The Reapers were on the ledge in between the Oracles and the Adepts. The Observer missed it. This is why you got to give me the camera. The Reapers are in his base right now, undefended, killing probes. He has to recall the Oracle. Huge mistake for Astrea here, and beautiful placement by Maru. He both spotted the Adepts move out and ran in without getting spotted. Great usage of that high ground. And he loses 3 probes as Astrea. He also loses an Adept. He gets maybe 1 SCV and 1 Marine there. But that was a good little usage of the Reapers. Forced the Oracle back. And this, of course, just denies the information. And, oh, Astrea's playing Blink. So, okay, guys. So I said I don't think you can play Blink because the map's too small. You have to go straight charge Phoenix. Astrea apparently is like, no, you're wrong. I'm just going to do it. Astrea's proved me wrong many times before. He's known for being greedy. I always say his superpower is being able to take a punch better than anybody else. The Adept we just saw, that's the positioning the Reaper was in, where you can see the army move out, and then you know, they won't see you because you're on the high ground. So very clever positioning there. Oracle's going to move around the right side. The Stalkers are trying to build up right now at home, so he definitely needs to move across the map with the Stalkers. The Oracle needs to make sure that a drop doesn't sneak across, and he needs to basically just like chip away at these Marines and tanks as they move out. You can see it's pure Marine stim tanks. eBay's on the way, but he's not even got a 3rd barracks. Maru is hitting a fierce 2 barracks bio tank time. He's got a 3rd barracks now starting up. +1. Probably see shield soon. The Adept spots it. Good spotting with the Adept. Maru's just going to drop stim a few of those Marines to make sure the Adept does go down. Oh, Maru! Quick response. He sees the stasis at the last second, sets it off, and picks up the Marines so they don't even get caught in it. That was a slick move. I see people set it off with Zerglings and avoid it, but rare do I see them do it with a Marine pickup. Very cute. The Stalkers are getting pushed back. Astrea should be able to win this fight. Yeah, good pullback by Maru. Very good pullback timing. He kind of intimidated Astrea backwards and then pulled back. I think Astrea maybe could have chased him just because they'd already double stimmed. So the 3rd stim is going to put those Marines so low. They're all within range of 2-shot Stalker death. But he's able to get home. And that's why I think Astrea maybe could have shown some more killer instinct there. Looks like Astrea is going 8 gate behind this. He's got +1. Does he have charge on the way? I don't think Astrea has charge started. I think that's a mistake. Astrea's forgotten charge. Oh, this is a disaster, guys. Astrea's forgotten charge. Oh, no, 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 no. He's making 3 sentries. Yeah, he has no idea that charge isn't making. Massive mistake for Astrea. There we go. Starts up. Okay, if he chronos it 3 times, he can have it done by 7:30, which might just barely be in ready. But this map's so small, that army will get across the map very shortly. Astrea's got a nice 8 worker lead. He's building 2 more. I would like to see him build no more workers if he wants any chance of surviving. Just, okay, that's a lot of Marines. Not as much Stalker focus fire as I'd like to see. Could have killed 1 or 2 Marines there. He still baits out a lot of the medevac energy in the stim. Oh, good movement by the Stalkers, and he baits him to siege up, and he should go right back in, because you know the tanks are immediately going to unsiege. Stalkers need to stay active. He needs to keep chipping away at this. He blinks to the low ground, starts picking off Marines. He's got to keep working it, though. He's got to be more aggro. Astrea cannot be overly cautious like this. Oracle goes down. That is big. Charge is not done yet, guys. The Stalkers are going to engage the rally right now, but that is going to prompt Maru to shove it in there. Oh, Maru, so decisive. Force fields are needed. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, decent, but he lets the SCVs and Marines slip away. A little unfortunate there. The Sentries and Zealots, they're slow Zealots, not fast Zealots yet. The Stalkers and the Adepts are going to push in on the counterattack. If there was a DT Shrine, I might believe. If there was some sort of DT Shrine or something like that, I might believe. But this map is just so cramped. And this is what I was saying is, like, the problem with the Stalkers is just this, whereas, you know, Charge Phoenix would have been hard to get up in time, but if you shut down the double drop at the start, then maybe you can do it. Maru, though, the last time I saw him lose a TvP on Waterfall was like 6 months ago, and it was to Hero cheesing him out. So I don't really expect Astrea to be able to win this map now. It looks like, you know, even with a big surround, I mean, what can the probes do here? Not much. Charge is finally done. The probes! Oh, running into the meat grinder. Oh my God. I think Astrea may have just watched America's most patriotic movie, Rocky, where of course we see Sylvester Stallone block the opponent's punches with his face and somehow not suffer from crippling CTE. That there, the probes just ran in and just got minced. I mean, there was nothing he could do. He was dead anyway. Ends up being a draw. Maru gets a point back on the board. And of course, guys, it's lonely at the top. It hurts at the top because even when you get a victory like that in that game, you tie the series. A tied series is a loss if you're Maru. That's why it sucks being at the top, because people are like, oh, you only drew? Lol, Astrea got one over on you. Maru's like, seriously, screw you guys and your ridiculous expectations, all right? He pro-tossed me one game, so what? Great series, though. Amazing defense, honestly, by Astrea. Jokes aside, just on the Widowmine handling, that was beautiful in game one. And Maru just too crisp in game two. Great series. GG's.